Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where we are about to step into the dark in an even more serious way than we have several times already to this point. And I just don't even know what to brace myself for. Also, how many chapters are how long is this game? I'm actually pretty impressed already with the amount of stuff that is here, especially for the price tag. We are definitely going to be is it closing behind me? What is happening?
The door's sealed behind me. Not going back that way.
Where are you?
Looks like a crypt. Like Veron said. Some kind of sarcophagus in the middle of the room, too. Big one.
Yeah. Not unsettling at all.
I don't know if I've said anything about this yet. Obviously, it's something that's been true the whole game. I really, really, really love how dark the environments are and the flashlight effect around the mouse. This is a really good way of making the environments terrifying to look around. A half dozen canopic jars stand in jutting alcoves. An acrid odor wafts from dried black matter seeping out from under the lids. Grimacing faces carved from precious stones gaze back from the facade of this clock-like device. Oh, hi, y'all. Okay. This is the only interaction point we have with this. Well, okay, we'll come back to it. The resplendent skull dominates the tomb wall, framed by an arched crown of steel thorns, bearing an emblazoned sigil of authority and reverence. I have to say, I don't know that I would notice that that is a skull if I wasn't told, due to the unusual proportions. The eyes are way down here. It just looks like a big stone slab, so I'm glad the descriptive text is there. A cluster of dust-covered pots and vials. A chemical-like fetor emanates from the faded jewelry and petrified foods contained within. So yeah, this is a ceremonial burial chamber in a way that has not been true of most of the things we've seen so far. Obviously, all of them are burial chambers now, but you know what I mean. The raft-shaped sarcophagus appears molded from solid gold. Within the faded fur-lined interior sleeps its skeletal occupant, adorned in rot-stained jewelry. Well, let's have a closer look at that. Just get your hands all up on that.
I do not like this. I'm with the bear. Disturbing the dead. Never a good thing.
You will need what is inside.
Why? What's in there?
Primitive, ritualistic symbolism. Its use within this room is predictable. It will allow exit. 81% accuracy prediction.
81, huh?
Sure, so that if one of their dead came back to life, they'd be able to get out. Okay, well, I probably shouldn't be breathing that. Ooh, yeah, wow. Is that,
Charlie?
Warning. Volatile contaminants detected. Initiate quarantine and sterilization protocols immediately.
Charlie!
Okay. I'm okay.
You will need what is inside.
Do you know what you just exposed her to? She came down here, risked everything for you, and you...
The female's chances of survival are above 50%. A necessary risk margin, and an acceptable one.
What do you mean necessary?
Mac?
I swear to Kane.
I have explained already. Kane has no power here. Only I do. I am her only chance at survival now. That chance diminishes the longer we hesitate.
Also, at least for the moment, we can trust, with a certain number of asterisks, Caliban, because Caliban needs us to get out, right? Until that is no longer true, his interest in Charlie's survival is as great as our own. Yeah. Should have maybe tried to improvise a mask before I opened that thing. Wasn't really thinking. It seems molded from a particularly hardy type of leather, though I'd rather not know where they sourced it from. Yeah, my guess is the same as hers. Okay, and this symbol, this particular type of skull. That skull is one of the symbols we have here. I'm just kind of curious. If I do this, nothing special seems to happen. Okay. All right. Well, we do have a door over here. Overarching hieroglyphs depict repeating rows of kneeled figures, hands raised in supplication and prayer. And here, a doorway fashioned from a single stone block could lead to the underworld. I mean, it makes as much sense as anything else.
In this primitive belief system, behind it lies pathways to another realm.
Scary door. Stay, Charlie.
I can't, sweetheart. I can't.
Okay.
As I collated, ritualistic vestiges were required.
What did I inhale?
My Charlie.
Oh, okay. I'm not picking these up. Alright, so let's say we set this one to the skull that was on the person. When we do that, what do the other two faces have to be? Red and green? Oh, it changed that one for me. Okay, well... Sorry, went past it. Let's make this one this thing, and then this one the green one. I keep clicking too fast. Good? No? Nothing happened, so I assume no. Okay. So it's not just like 1, 2, 3. I mean, this seems pretty special. Maybe this one's supposed to have primacy. If we run over there now, will it display that yellowed one in the top slot? No. Okay. Well, maybe we should make it happen. Every time I come over here, it moves on its own. Okay. The waxy one, the sort of gray-blue one, and the one with the rounded head. Are these not the right ones? These are, right? So maybe this is just reflecting whatever is over there, but like, why would it work like that? Alright, I'm going to drop a little cut in here because apparently my girlfriend needs some help with something in the other room, so I will be right back. Alright, back. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's work this out here. So what do we have? We have a bunch of different faces. We have this machine. The results we put into this machine seem to affect the other machine, the clock in the room. How many faces do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's the first one again. Okay, but there's only 8 on the clock. That's pretty weird. It is interesting to know that there's a line that goes through 7 of them. When it breaks here, it doesn't cover that one, so. All right, the corpse has the one skull on it, right? It has the one that's at the 12 o'clock position. So this thing just, I guess, you know, I was thinking like when we changed the positions of the faces on the other thing, it seems to move the clock face, but actually the clock face just resets randomly every time we look at it. Or maybe it does and it just randomly picked the same position there. Alright, well it could be as simple as just like put an arm of this thing on the white skull and like depict the 3 faces shown. We won't know if order matters, and we won't know which arm of this thing is supposed to be on the skull though, right? On this, they're all skulls. On this skull. I guess there are like feathers indicating this arm, so let's just try this. White, yellow, green. I guess there's a couple of yellows. This one has Z's on its head. Alright. White and the Z's and the green. Is this also always in a random configuration when we come back? Yeah, okay, it's not the 2 machines affecting each other. It's just that they both randomize constantly. What a weird design. Okay, white and then the Z's. And then... that is right? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that. The thing is, because we don't know which... this really sucks. Because we don't know which arm would go on the 12 o'clock skull, and we don't know which arm of the symbol corresponds to which slot on the door, there's actually a lot of permutations here. Even if we just narrow it down to 3 symbols that are selected by the clock face, while we have the arms of this thing on one of the arms of this thing on this skull. I mean, do I want to just... Alright. Look at this in some detail. There's nothing around the outside of this that's hinting at anything in particular. It's hinting at a primacy. There's nothing in the inner ring that's, you know, whatever's going on in the outer ring and the inner ring, you can't even make it out. Honestly, there might not even be designs on the outer ring. That might be entirely just like wear patterns. And while here there clearly are designs, they're not comprehensible. Again, the only thing indicating any kind of superiority to one of the arms here is the feathers. We can try this in the other order, I guess. White and then green and then yellow. Also, did they really... you had to run back and forth between these 2 things to try out new possibilities? Why did they make it so that whenever you make the transit, you have to run 3/4 of the way around the room? What a decision. Also, this... I don't know what the utility of making this randomize is, but I really wish it wasn't doing that. it doesn't seem to have done anything. So it was these two and the red one, right? I wonder if we just wanna real quick. I was gonna say if we just want to real quick brute force, like run all those combinations, but again, we don't know what the order would be. And I guess it matters which arm is highlighting which thing, right? Because like the idea that this thing goes in the first slot is based on the idea that it was that leftmost arm that, you know, when it is the... Yeah, it's a lot of permutations. At least you can check them relatively quickly. Okay.
Got it.
Charlie, how do you feel?
Not good.
Move with haste. Accuracy.
Alright, hold on. Before I do that. So it was white, then red, then yellow? Yes, thank you, game. Yeah, how are you supposed to... Is there something subtle about the designs on these that I'm missing? I'm wondering if I'm missing a hint. Because if it really was, just pick one of the four... Well, I guess three. Pick one of the three positions that has an arm on the white face, and then just more or less randomly assign the three faces to slots. Like, that sucks, right? we got there kind of through stupid luck, but... And I would have gotten there eventually through brute force, but if there isn't actually an obvious hint somewhere as to which thing was supposed to go in which slot, then I kind of don't love that puzzle design. Especially with the two things both randomizing every time you touch them. It really contributes to the idea that there's more going on here. I think, I don't like that. Alright, let's poke our head through and see what's up. Oh cool, that door's closing behind us too. Great, wonderful. Well, it's not like I would have wanted to go back into that room anyway, I guess. The remains of a faded and damp-rotted mural cling to the interior of the alcove. Hints of vibrant colors form the ghost of a regal figure, adorned in gold.
Caliban, what did you mean before? When you said she had better than 50% chance of surviving?
I can collate no other combination of words that might explain more.
Yeah, that seems really straightforward,
By a
Mac.
50% chance. What did she inhale?
The Velis, I'm afraid. Oh, no. No. Charlie.
Wait. Wait, what?
I am very sorry, Charlie. But I can think of nothing else your plug suit detectors would label a volatile contaminant in this environment. My Charlie.
That plant-based stuff we've been seeing in the body since we got here? She's infected with it?
Accuracy prediction, 100%.
Oh. Okay.
How fast can it spread? I mean, she was just exposed to it.
Its maturation period is within hours. If she does not reach the surface very quickly.
Okay.
Further hesitation only decreases her odds of survival.
And yours, you son of a bitch.
Accuracy prediction, 100%.
Yeah, see, Caliban is on board. He understands which side his bread is buttered on here. A whimsical monogram depicts an eviscerating ritual, repeatedly performed on a procession of bound, flailing forms. Cool. I'm alright with us not getting a close-up of that one. Wait, hold on. We should probably... I didn't do the, Oh, we're not allowed to go back. Okay, well then I will assume there was nothing in that room. I was gonna say I didn't do this in that corridor even once.
The organs are removed and carefully weighed to determine the deceased's fading afterlife. Once balance was achieved, spirits would ascend.
How do you know that? Baran said no one's explored this area.
Rudimentary visual comparative analysis of primitive cultures of similar geographic regions. 91% accuracy prediction.
Have to keep going.
Hold on, they would weigh your organs to determine whether you got to go to the afterlife? That seems a little silly. Like, I know there's that thing in Egyptian, like ancient Egyptian religion, where like your soul would get weighed. I think it's like the idea of your heart, but they don't mean your physical heart. They mean your like metaphorical heart, right? Like, actually weighing someone's organs is just being like, sorry dude, fatty liver disease, get fucked, feels a little unfair. Speaking as someone, perhaps my non-alcoholic fatty liver disease makes me slightly sensitive to this. Rippling pools of rock undulate over the chamber floor, a static swirling miasma. The carved figure reclines against the wall, its skeletal grin projecting malicious jubilation. Yeah, there's a lot of giant skulls, just giant skeletal figures all over the place. The squatting skeletal statue watches the central dais as if frozen in morbid anticipation. This one doesn't have as sick of a grin on. And here, a pillar that is also made of skulls. A positive cranial curtain decorates this pillar, their clustered and varied shapes polished to a sheen. And a mural of some kind. Okay, sure. The ritual, the thing, yep. That's an unfortunate place for the fold to be, but we get it. A desiccated corpse rests atop a sarcophagal platform, its withered cranium nestled between the grooves of ornamental ribs. There was another blue... Okay, over there. The mottled, threadbare cloth portrays a ritual performed by cadaverous figures, a table-bound figure subjected before the gaze of ghostly forms. I don't know that I would read those figures as cadaverous necessarily. I guess you can see ribs. I was going to say, like, they're so simple, it's kind of hard to tell. But no, I guess they do have, like, visible ribbing. Alright, what kind of nightmare mechanism do we have here?
They had to achieve balance.
Yeah, we heard him. Alright, so balance with... Oh, that is a vivisection tool. Bits of bone and flint are tied together with what looks like a salvaged metal coil. This simple construction seems almost intentional and ritualistic. What do you mean almost intentional? It's a tool that someone built. It's obviously intentional. I guess that must be referring to the simplicity of it, but again, that would also obviously be intentional. What a weird thing to say. So... Okay, yeah, easy. Whatever organs were put inside seem to have congealed into a sloshing gray slush. This stinks of week-old vomit stewing in a locked, sun-baked log cabin. Cool, great. God, when I move it, I can see reams of intestines swirling like intertwined snakes. I mean, I hate to always be doing this, but you know what we must do in this situation, right? This smells like the captain's toilet after taco night. The juice in here has gone bad. When I shake it, the inside looks like a stinky lava lamp. I love that you can tell that it's stinky by looking at it. And you know what, Moses? You're right. This would make a great back scratcher. I'm kind of curious about Mac's take on it. It makes Mac's take on this stuff as well. Are the skulls there to show us what's inside? Did they juice a monkey? I'm pretty sure an eye just bobbed through the cloud of chunky viscera to glance at me from inside the jar. Doesn't look like this was sealed properly. Rivulets of stinking black ichor are leaking from the lid. Okay, well, let's not move that around too much. And I'm surprised he has nothing to say about this being functional as a weapon. That's like his whole deal. Alright. So, we just balance the whatevers. We can definitely do some guess and check here, I guess. So this side's heavier. This side's heavier. I mean, that makes sense. It's going to be 2 of them on one side and 1 of them on the other, right? So, like, this isn't the most complicated thing. Did we try every combination? We tried green, yellow versus blue. We tried green, blue versus yellow. And we tried yellow, blue versus green. Maybe I need to add another object. That would definitely complicate things. You know what? The beans are the only thing we know of that have a weight. Can I put I can put the beans can in. Okay. Well then. That adds a couple more permutations. Oh, you know what? I can probably actually it might be 3 objects versus 1 too. I don't know why I did that. Of course, this was heavier before. We can probably weigh them. I could brute force it. Now I'm like in this mindset where it's like, how effectively can I brute force puzzles? Because they make me. But we actually have a scale, right? Am I allowed to weigh these things? We had a weight for the beans already. I was kind of assuming that this was going to be, you put something on it and it triggers, you know, a secret door or whatever, if it's the right weight or something. But it might just be like for actually weighing stuff. So that's 16 whatevers. That's 12 whatevers. I don't know what the units are here. Okay, so those are balanced. And then this is 8. Can I do just... I wonder if it will squawk at me if there's only 3 objects on it. I guess in theory it should only have been expecting 3 objects, right? So probably not. Also, what am I doing? Like, I'm gonna run him back over there. That's not how this works. Okay, so it was the baked beans versus these 2. No, was it not? Did I pick them up wrong? I might have picked them up wrong. Shoot. I should note which colors were the different weights. Yeah, I didn't make enough of a note. But that was weird. One of those sets should have been balanced, right? Because we try. Okay, hold on. All right. I don't know. I thought I was going to remember by the skull or something. Colors. Just work the colors. Okay. The blue bird jar is 8. The yellow monkey jar is 4. The green cat jar is 12. The beans is 16. So it should be ape and cat are the same as the beans, right? Yeah, ape and cat are the same as the beans. What again? Never mind me. Ape and cat are same as beans. Everyone knows this. The machine disagrees in a way that I think is strange. I mean, there's a version of this we can do with the bird head, right? If I move 4 pounds over to this side and then add 8 to this side, or, you know, whatever unit. Did I forget which one's which? Maybe I did. Maybe. Also, I guess, you know, it might matter what slot they're in, too, actually. Or maybe I need more objects. Maybe you can't do it if you don't have all of the slots full? What, this should be 16 and 4 plus 8 and against 8 and 12. But yeah, it might matter which space they're in. Alright, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna... So it was cat and ape are this. So this is the one that's 8. The bird head is the 8. I'm wondering if I have these two backwards. Yeah, I did. Okay. But that's another one of those things where technically there's a bunch of answers that should be...
Ugh. The stench.
The bodies would drop into the hole. This would be out of sight of the people.
A ruse. They would believe they had risen. A primitive culture.
Like Cain is any different.
It's not the same thing. The Nexus is real.
Based on what collation? Based on what evidence? My loyalty to my creators has waned. I have no personal restrictions on revealing the truths of things publicized. Would you like to know the truth? It is called the Nexus of the Nine, after all. A human shepherded. I can't tell you its truths, its realities. What I cannot tell you is if you will like the answers I provide.
Really? I feel like...
No. I like my beliefs just as they are.
I predicted as much.
I was gonna say, I feel like you could probably collate that real easy off of very little evidence. But yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer because, like, that puzzle was designed with only 3 objects in it. Like, the ritual as they set it up would only have had 3 canopic jars. So the idea that it wouldn't work if there were only 3 things in the puzzle, even if those 3 things do balance, is kind of ridiculous on its face. Like, it's very much, well, it's a video game, so you must use all the objects you have. Because, like, the ritual is not expecting a 4th object, as far as we know. So, like, they have this... The puzzles in this game definitely have had this problem before, where there are multiple correct answers, and it just arbitrarily will not accept most of them. There's one that's right, and get fucked if you don't get it. That is a real puzzle design problem, and I really wish that, like... It's not necessarily a huge complaint, but I really wish it wasn't doing that. Okay, something moved over here, but we're not allowed to interact with it, so I guess all that's left to do is... Am I going to just jump down? Do I have a rope or something? What's the move here?
Oh, man.
Charlie, I'm working my way there. Wait. Just wait.
I think I have to go. I think I have to jump.
Charlie, God damn it.
I think I have a feeling I'm running out of time.
100% accuracy prediction.
My Charlie.
It's just, like, really dark down there, and...
Calculating distance. Grapple ready.
Oh, I have a grapple thing. Okay, well then, what... See, everything's fine. I feel like that grappler could have come in handy earlier.
Charlie!
Is Charlie okay?
I'm okay. Oh. I'm okay, guys.
Where are you?
I don't know. It's a cave, catacombs, and it smells wretched. Nothing but death. It's overwhelming.
Is Charlie okay?
No, sweetheart. No. I'm in a lot of pain.
Was it the ball?
No, I'm... Oh, my chest. Oh, my stomach.
The contaminant is growing. It will overtake her system.
My Charlie.
You knew it was in that sarcophagus, didn't you? You had her open it anyway.
I calculate the Bellis would be present in any decomposed seminal remnant adequately stored in a contained vessel. 71% accuracy prediction.
Mac.
When I find you, I am going to rip you to pieces.
Your feelings are compromised and useless. You have no true influence in this situation. It will resolve within, I predict, a 74% level of accuracy according to my calculations. I am your best chance for survival.
That is maybe the sickest burn. Listen, you have no influence. There's nothing you can do about this. Yeah, that's progressing really fucking quickly, huh? So here, we have a carpet of distended larvae roiling below a mucus surface, their heads momentarily breaching the surface as if gasping for air before being dragged back down. This is very gross. And there's not a lot of stuff that actually does, like, get me in horror. You know, not that I'm, like, immune to things or I'm too cool to be scared or whatever, but, like, a lot of stuff just kind of rolls off of me. You may have noticed I am not really affected by, like, the gore or anything. In fact, I kind of think it's rad. But the idea of something growing inside of you that is harming you, that is a thing that actually does, in fact, really upset me. So I want to resolve this very badly. Okay, cool. Also, lots of good descriptions here. Sorry, everybody. Hundreds of pus-wet maggots crawl over the distended corpses, swimming under rankled skin and congregating in orifices. Well, I mean, who among us, right? A violent stench of sodden rot burps and bubbles from underneath the putrid bloat. Okay. Over here, a bloated cadaver that is a honeycomb of maggot heads peering from flesh-burrowed holes. A putrid coat of swaying, wispy forms. Like a ghillie suit. Fun. I don't actually have to walk in this stuff, do I? Oh my god, I do. Okay. Alright. Oh no, I guess we're able to stay out of it by walking over the giant skull. Okay, carved head. Stone head. Fair enough. Jagged teeth of chipped stone form a pained grimace. Below, pungent streams of slime drip coagulate into the lake like thick porridge. Masses of maggot grubs thrash and flounder through the bile, drowning within their own choking mass. Great, good, fun. It seems like we can maybe walk across a bridge of mostly body matter to get where we're going here. Ugh, ew. There is a lot. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Varan, what the hell is that thing?
The food source Caliban mentioned, I would guess. An insect species reacted with the Veles. Or generated from it.
98% accuracy prediction.
I do not like this. At least it's pinned.
Keep moving.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's bad. Clouds of vapor are kicked up by the juvenile critter. We're assuming this is a juvenile, are we? Carrying with it a riotous odor of spoiled meat and septic fluids. What I was going to say is there's a line, even for me, with the grossness, you know, the bile and the pus and whatnot. Another thing that's well over my line is a big scary insect. So that's critters, bugs in particular. I definitely, yeah. So this is fun. A meadow of tall grass grows up and over expelled remains, thriving on necrotic fertilizer. The verdant scent twists with the decayed reek of rotting gristle to create a powerfully nauseating fragrance. But at a certain point, like, you know, everything down here is very stinky. You sort of like the impact wears off. The maggot mouth. Mouth? What is the mouth? Oh, it's like a big... Okay, it's one of those things. One of whatever that guy's pet was. The maggot mouth chokes and gags, ejaculating black spittle and vomit-scented fumes. Because it's got something... It looks like a pipe. Oh, feeding tubes. The patchworked woven tube throbs as it pumps matter into the shuddering maw, each spasm excreting dark fluids and fumes of cancerous rot from minute tears and punctures. No, there's no way. After all this time. And also, like, these are not visibly moving, so it kind of makes those descriptions feel wrong, or maybe like things anachronistic.
Oh no.
Looks like the bodies in Omega Labs. The partially digested ones.
A chemical is being used to break down the cadaver's structure. 96% accuracy prediction.
Why?
They could be producing a food source for the insect creatures.
Absolutely disgusting farming system they got here.
I can't. I can't walk through this.
Charlie, close your eyes. Don't look at any of it.
I can't.
You can. You are brave and strong.
Thanks, Moses. I wonder how many of them are still down here. The large insect-like creature has tubes inserted into its hardened carapace that seem to be sucking a milky liquid from its abdomen.
Is it being milked?
Of its venom.
I do not like this.
The interior of the subject must be exposed.
You mean cut it open? Why?
It is necessary for what is to come. 83% accuracy prediction.
It may be right. We already saw how potent the venom is back in the labs. If you could get the venom sac out in one piece, it might be useful.
See what I can do.
Okay, well, fortunately, I do have a vivisection tool. No, am I not to vivisect with my vivisector? Okay. Aha! Fuck this thing up proper. Or not. Okay. I mean, this would open it, but I guess we said we wanted the sack in one piece. That's also maybe not a good reason, or maybe a good reason not to use the saw.
God.
Take everything.
Even.
Everything.
Repulsive as the thought is, I would trust it. Its cognitive abilities are almost godlike.
It's a fucking search engine. Calm down. Also, what do you mean the vivisection tool doesn't work, but the knife does the... Alright, whatever. Okay. Free venom globules. Whatever's in these things seem to be eating the bug up from the inside. It appears to be made of two distinct testicle-like balls. Also, food. God knows what chemicals these were stewing in. But at the same time, they sat in that bug's stomach, so let's try avoiding direct physical contact or breathing in the fumes, okay? Well, unfortunately, Charlie's walking around with no mask and bare hands, so I guess we're not doing that. I should have grabbed that cloth at the very least, right? That cloth that the cadaverous figures were drawn on, and made myself some hand wraps and a simple face covering or something. I don't know. Seems like we're leaving a lot of safety on the table here. Alright, well, I done taken everything. Heaps of bloated soap stink larvae tumble lazily over one another. Too fattened and dependent on slopped feed to escape their confines, they rummage and writhe through wet mounds of their own ejected excrement. Just great. Just wonderful, good things to be near. Here we have some visible knots of quivering organs and viscera pumping crimson liquids and meat clumps through a digestive maze, slowly processing it into jaundiced slime, the worst kind of slime. Recognizable strips of the human intestine, fingers, and teeth tumble through the injected torrent of fetid flesh. And here we just have our entangled mass of corpses that we're walking across. lying wrapped and entombed within their own human leather, the skin peeled and rewoven as connective tissue, serving as a sheet to catch and collect the coagulating meat mass. Ugh. Alright, well, we managed to get this insect stuff.
Something's here. Something's watching me.
It's just your imagination.
It is not. It is as anticipated. They will take us now.
My Charlie.
Anticipated. This was your plan? For these things to...
You will need to find us. They will transport us further into the interior of the temple. From there, we will be in a better position to extricate ourselves.
Mac? Mac, I'm scared.
My Charlie.
No! They aren't going to transport you anywhere! They'll kill her! Charlie, you have to run! You have to get out of there!
There is no escape now. You will be taken and isolate preserved alive. 64% accuracy prediction.
Mac. Mac, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just...
Charlie, run! Run now!
I just miss her. I couldn't stop missing her.
Hey, no! It's not your fault!
It is time. They are here. Prepare yourself.
No! Charlie!
Okay, well... I am so nervous about the potential meanings of preserved here. Because we've seen
Charlie?
some really heinous shit.
Charlie!
What? Mac.
Charlie! What is it? Where are you? What's happening?
The female is infested. She is compromised.
Thanks to you.
Yes, it is the reason she is still alive.
What are you talking about?
I can detect the parasites inside her growing. So could they.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
They inspected you, smelled you, tasted you. We could tell. So they brought you here.
Oh, God.
Whatever is gestating within you is important to them. They would not risk killing you, as I calculated. 69% accuracy prediction.
Charlie, you have to get out of there.
Right, I'm like somewhere between a holy object and a food source. So, yeah, they would bring... That's actually... Caliban? That's actually a really good plan. And we absolutely would not have gone for it if you had explained it. So yeah, good. So far, Caliban's the character that I feel like is on top of the game here. Caliban and Moses Forever. The other two, you know, I've feel less strongly about. Think about that buddy cop movie. The locking mechanism of this door seems to be in excellent condition with no signs of wear and tear, because we're like down in the part where they actually live, where stuff is maintained. And you know, I was thinking, while they were dragging us over, we've seen a lot of heinous shit down here, but all of the heinous stuff we've seen involving live people being, you know, tortured and subjected to endless indignity and all that stuff was upstairs with Kane. The Ziphanal mostly seem to have the common decency to kill people before doing truly horrible things to them. So, you know, that's nice. That's a kind of civilization I can get behind, I suppose. The radiating crystal cluster hangs guillotine-like from the nexus of arcing stone beams. I don't know, less guillotine and more sort of like sword of Damocles, I would say. Over here we have a door that is sealed shut as if it had been a while since it has been opened. The opening mechanism appears broken, rendering any attempts to enter it futile. Can I tell you, I'm really surprised that our inventory teleporter is still working at this level, but also we have a nuclear warhead, so I think I have a sense of how this is going to conclude. Batches of mammary-like sacs grow along the hatchery walls like pustulant growths. Inside, soft red clumps float in a cloudy liquid, suspending a worm-like creature. Perhaps to be fed on, or worse. Alright, well, let's have a look at the door. At the doors, plural. Okay, so there's handprints.
It's a bone.
A human femur, to be precise. 100% accuracy prediction.
So wait, what was the bone doing? It was just kind of just sitting here. It wasn't actually holding anything closed because this mechanism is all attached to the slab. That's weird. Okay, well, we just have a big femur. So we're seeing this thing through a hole in the door? There's more to this than... Huh. Interesting. Okay, it is just these 4 interaction points. Yeah, I don't quite know what to make of this just yet. What about the damaged door? Okay, one where the thing's been peeled away and we have... So left, up. Or I guess if you want to talk about the positions of the crystal parts, to the right and down. All right, well, let's see if that is a general open state. Unless I have something about this wrong, it seems like there's something else to it. So yeah, these are only... Well, actually, you know what? Hold on. So this door has like an indentation to the left. This door has a circular port to the left. Okay, I'm wondering if it's just going to end up being like a mirror of that. So this seems like where that circular port would be, which means I would expect for this to work like that. But maybe it is... Okay. It was just the thing rotated by 180 degrees for reasons that I don't fully understand, but whatever, good enough. There was probably, you know, a hint somewhere in there that I just didn't recognize. Cool, great. That's a good place for those to be. Oven-like heat roars at your senses while cloying humidity and runnels of dripping water drench your hair and clothes. As it cradles its spawn with desperate, monstrous love, the figure croons and rocks. That's like pretty judgmental. The rock below it is still slick with birth fluids and discharged matter. Is that a mother? I can't even tell that that's... There's a mother over here. Is there a figure under... The infants cry out a chorus of pain, horror, and hunger, their pale newborn flesh glistening in crystal light. I mean, I can't just walk in there, right? That would seem to be very dangerous to me. But maybe they won't kill me? Because again, I am, overcome with growths or whatever. This immense metal barrier doesn't seem to have a hinge nor a lock. Seems to be the only way out of the nursery. I mean, these things seem... I mean, they're alive, and they're right the fuck there. I'm gonna assume this is gonna cause a death, probably. But let's see what happens.
Oh, this isn't real. This isn't real.
Charlie, I'm coming.
This can't be real.
Athena has 4 separate parasites inside her. They are growing.
Her name is Charlie.
It hurts. Hurts so bad.
Charlie, can you tell me where you are? Can you give me anything to use to find you?
Chanting. I hear it chanting.
You must find her quickly.
I will say that if they want to... I understand, like, they built their dialogue system in a certain way. But if they want to sell the urgency of this situation, they need to stop having pause everything while we talk to each other slowly time. Right? Like, it's really disrupting the sense that we are on a clock. And, like, obviously we're not on a clock in any meaningful way.
It's some kind of grating. Only exit. Rusted shut. Won't open.
There must be a way. Work the problem. I'm coming.
Like this. None of that did anything. Right? Those lines could not exist and it wouldn't change anything about this puzzle. But the fact that I have to sit here and wait for the... We all know intellectually that we're not actually on a clock. This is not a Sierra adventure game. They're not going to fail state me. Or if they are, it's going to be the kind of thing where we see it and then it backs up 3 seconds and we get to try again. But give your players something to hold on to, suspension of disbelief wise, you know? Anyway, this thing is rusted shut, but we have lots of explosives. The saw is not going to work, right? If it's just... I mean, it's just a big circular rim that we would have to... Honestly, maybe. No, okay. Is there an interaction point here? It's just in the middle. The venom was acidic? Okay, but it's not the answer here, in any case. We have a nuke. We have a grenade. No, okay. The dagger's not going to do it. The vivisection tool's certainly not. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is a good time. I mean, these things, they were scrubbing stuff off of the metal. Rust included, maybe? It's wild that we're still carrying this thing. I don't know what it's for. And this ain't gonna help. Maybe we do need to make some progress on somebody else now? Charlie, how is your situation, or Mac rather, how has your situation progressed? So we still have this braking system problem and we still have the door, right? Hopefully whatever's in these venom gonads lives up to the nasty bugger we harvested them from. I assume they're as acidic as the goop I grabbed from the face sucker. This looks like it could split into smaller parts. And hey, I'm just the person for that job. Well, I'm relieved I managed to split these without spilling the corrosive contents all over ourselves. Nevertheless, her little fingers do come in useful from time to time. That's a weird way to... Okay. Wonder if I could get them to burst just by throwing them. Maybe. So it's still not entirely clear to me what I'm expected to do here. Cutting the cables would be very bad, we are told. So we probably don't want to melt them with acid. But, like, maybe? No. Okay. That makes sense. I wouldn't... Do we use the femur? This bone is approximately 19 inches in length and is an excellent addition to any collection of bones or skulls. Alright, maybe I'm back on Team Mac again. It's tough. I think to some extent, like, they have made themselves a little bit of a problem characterization-wise with the dialogue system too, because every time the action has to stop so the characters can talk, you get a little annoyed at them, and that's going to make them feel less sympathetic. And it's not to say that, like, gosh, I hope these characters die or anything, but, like, so far Mac has mostly come across as, like, whiny and overbearing. And I don't know if that's the characterization they were going for, but I would bet that at this point in the story, a lot of players kind of don't like Mac. And that I think a lot of that comes down to just sort of like the shape and implementation of the dialogue system rather than any specific nuance of the performance or actual writing. Anyway. We don't want to cut this. But this looks like maybe we could use it in... We have that door problem, right? I certainly don't think we have a use for undigested food. Let's go look at the door. Where was the... See if we can't do something about that with all of these new tools of destruction. Fuck this thing. No? It does seem like you're supposed to, I don't know, insert something, but like the gap is totally round, so it's hard to imagine inserting something that's actually going to arrest the movement of this thing. Yeah. I don't know, and it's a very annoying sound. So... I've eaten worse field rations. But at least we know what the critters down here eat. I do not think we should try to use this on Mac, but I do think if we did, he would eat it. Yeah, it's really hard to know what to do about this, and I don't know precisely what we're looking for in terms of, like, what this mechanism wants. Bear, what about you? Actually, out of curiosity, does the scale remain interactable? Yes. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do a transfer. I'm really surprised the Zibanal are cool with her just like being around. Okay. Just wondering. But obviously we have this radiation door, right? Now we need to probably remove the radiation shield from this thing, I'm assuming, before... We could probably pry it off, or honestly, it might be... We could pry it off or melt it off. We could use some kind of tool, but I am actually curious. Is it as simple as...
The shield from the warhead is small, but it's lead-lined.
Okay. Hey, I don't think removing the shielding was a good idea. Yeah, me neither. I'm really surprised he was willing to do that. Well, it could still be helpful if we stumble into more hazardous materials or leaks that need to be quickly contained. Yeah, I guess so, dude. So... Now that this thing is outside the shield, though... Moses, sweetie, please don't rub this against your face.
Water. All water.
Moses, keep going. The escape suits have to be through there.
I do not like water.
Moses.
I do not like water. I will not go into the water.
Moses.
I do not like water.
We are the same, Moses. Both forced to face our fears in this place.
My Charlie.
Without you, she will be lost. Without her, hope will be lost again. Do you understand, my friend?
Yes. It could be different this time.
A second chance. Few things are worth more.
We are brave and strong.
Yes. I believe that now.
Wow, okay. Good for Moses. Stained sheeting undulates in the current, a ghostly shawl mourning the drowned dead. Rust-eaten holes perforate the shower piping, leaving little more than a skeletal frame. Thick clumps of matter press against the curtain, like a laundry bag hastily stuffed with soiled clothing. Also,
water.
bodies.
I know, my friend.
There are dead things.
I know. Try not to think of them. They cannot hurt you.
Many dead things.
You are brave and strong, Moses. And you must find the suits.
Hope. Hope can return.
Alright, maybe naming the kid Hope makes some of these things a little bit on the nose. Blotched sheeting hangs from rusted rails, offering a modicum of waste-related privacy. While distended, waterlogged carcasses recline backwards, faces frozen in a caricature of mild shock. Yeah, let's spend less time looking at the bodies, shall we? The steel toilet is partially collapsed into the floor, ringed by upturned tiles and burst piping, which I guess is probably how this started flooding. Oxidized and clogged shut, a deluge of mud and matter having struck its surface. That's a shame, because that door would be useful. An open airlock leads to grime-coated stairs ascending upward. Considering the lack of flooding above, this doorway was likely sealed during the flood and reopened at a later time. Well, let's just get through here, shall we?
No escape suits.
Keep swimming. They will be near the engine room. Not feeling well. Moses. Not feeling well. At all.
For Ron.
The escape suits. Their only chance.
For Ron, please do not leave.
Trying.
Assorted photos, worn and faded, dot the interior of the locker. The ghost of a smile pierces through the patina and mold of one photo, though little else is discernible. Somebody managed to escape the flood, at least. Partially melded with the railings, the corpulent mass dangles from its bunk, its arm outstretched and oscillating to the current. The state of this document is a testament to the passage of time. Actually, kind of the opposite, because there's no way that anything down here should still be in one piece. But I guess let's have a look at it. You know what, actually, maybe we'll stop right about here. We'll engage with the stuff in this room and further updates to Charlie and Mac's situations next time, because I just realized how long this episode's getting. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I knew it. I knew opening that door was going to be no good for everybody. And here we are. But how much worse can things really get, right? Fun questions to ask for the cut to jokes later. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're going to see if we have any hope at all of saving Charlie. Fingers crossed on that. And we'll see you then.